All right, we are installing the anchor trolley system by SuperYak Fishing, and this works with the YakAttack standard anchor trolley. But as anyone who owns a Lynx knows, you can't just drill holes anywhere you want on this watercraft. So today we're going to go through the install process here on these 5 anchor mounts. So step 1 is you want to make sure it's at least 70 degrees Fahrenheit out. You want to do this on a warmer day. The 3M tape is pressure and heat sensitive and really works better when it's warmer. So what you want to do is kind of what I've done here is set up the 5 mounts roughly where I want to put them. And I've already gone ahead and cleaned the area underneath with the isopropyl alcohol, and your pack should include a couple of them to clean those areas. And then if you look closely, I've marked in pencil kind of where I want to put these. So we recommend putting these just under this line here, and you can get nice and level that way. And I just marked the areas in between with pencil for each one of the spots that I'm going to mount something. And this is because we are going to do some primering next. And to do that, we really want to mark where we put the stuff. Now, your kit includes a 3M primer pen, and the way this works is you're going to squeeze this and you'll feel a little bead inside crack, and then liquid will start to flow to the tip here. And then you're just going to draw in and color in the areas there where the mount is going to go. And it doesn't take much, just a little bit. If you see any moisture going down at all, that's enough. Do all 5 spots and then let it dry for 5 minutes. Then you come back after 5 minutes, and then you're going to press each, you're going to remove the 3M tape, you're going to press each one of them on, and you're going to hold it there tightly for at least 20 seconds, and then do the next one and go all the way down. And by adding that pressure for 20 seconds, you're really going to ensure a really good bond. Placement. Most of them are pretty easy to place. I'm just going to give you a couple bits of advice here. These 2 guides that go in the halfway point fit really well, roughly where the H rail begins and ends, or if you don't have one, where the screw is. So that's a pretty good starting point. You want to make sure this centerpiece is easy to reach from a sitting position, so kind of test it out. For me, it was right where the center of this was, so I'm just going to put it right there. You want this anchor trolley as far back as you can get it, but you can't put it too far back because the hole starts to angle away and it won't adhere well if it's too rounded. So I'm putting it here right around the end mark on your Lynx, and that's a pretty good spot. Make sure it's facing the right direction, otherwise you're going to have some troubles because this won't come off. And this goes this way. You want the trolley here pointed towards the center. And the front one, I'm putting mine right in front of the sail adapter. So I've got it marked right here. You don't want to put too far forward because the hole starts to angle underneath it and it'll start going under, and you don't want that. So put it as far forward as you feel comfortable, and on a flat surface. And we'll come back after it's all done. Okay. Just mounted the first one, so I cleaned the area, primed it, waited 5 minutes, and I just stuck this on and I pressed it on there for about 20 seconds. The important thing is your front one, you want to make sure you have this trolley so this points back that way towards the center, because that's where you're going to run your cord. And then I'll just do this for all 5 mounts. All right, next, we're going to put in the cord. All right, so to start, we're going to run it up from the bottom of the front, come out this way, run it through here. That's easy enough one-handed. This part, not so easy. You're going to run it through the center here. There's a little hole, and you can just kind of push that through. I'm not going to do it one-handed, so I'm going to pause and restart this on the other side. All right, so what I did is I just took a pair of scissors that I'm going to be using to cut the cord later, and just kind of put in these holes to push this out. And now that I got a tag end out, I can pull that out, continue on to the back. And then here, we're gonna go down here, come out the bottom, and then to the center. And then we'll put in this through one of these eyes and then put an overhand knot. Okay, so as you can see on the right side, I just put an overhand knot, ran the other line, or the other end, through here, and just kind of tightened it up, not too tight, just kind of to hold it here towards the center. And then I'm gonna cut it, leaving about 6 or 7 inches. I'm gonna singe the end and then tie it in place. All right, so I've tied it off quite loosely with a long tag end. I'm just gonna let it hang here. Just wanna make sure it goes back and forth easily, and it does. And you can tighten it more, but I'm not gonna do that yet, because what you wanna do is wait a minimum of 24 hours, because then you'll get 90% strength, and then this won't fully set for 72 hours. So don't get it wet for 3 days. And then after at least a day, but ideally after all 3 days, then you can come tighten this up a bit. And just remember, as this cord goes through a couple of wet dry cycles, this here I think will tend to loosen up a bit, so you can tighten it down. So it's okay if you leave a lot of tag end for a bit, let it settle out, and then over time come back, cinch this down, and then you can take out your remaining slack. And just for you guys who haven't used this before, if you have this kind of perpendicular to your kayak hole or parallel to the water, you can snap it in, and then when you push down, this locks it in place right here. So that's in and out. That's the lock in. All right, guys, enjoy.